Barf Bar album reviews. RJ Payne, If Cocaine Could Talk 6. If Cocaine Could Talk 6 is the sixth in the long-running series of If Cocaine Could Talk projects by RJ Payne. RJ Payne, previously known as Rain Man, is, according to his bio, Brooklyn bred and Philly groomed. Prior to his rap career as of what it is now, he's been a battle rapper, as well as a contestant on Diddy's Making the Band 2, where he was a finalist. And then 6 months after that, he won the MTV MC Battle. As of late, he's been focusing on Educated Ignorance Music Group, which is a group that he formed alongside Padre and Chrissy Mack. The first time I heard anything from RJ Payne was his feature on Benny the Butcher's project, The Plugs I Met, back in 2018. That, alongside pretty much all the attention that he's been getting online, made me excited to hear more from him. But to be honest, this is the first project that I've actually listened to from him. But if this is anything to go off of, I'm definitely going to go back and listen to everything else he's put out. With that said, let's get into the album itself. It starts off with the track Cocaine. This track actually does a really good job of setting the tone and for the rest of the project, but also to kind of bring us up to speed with him. It has RJ Payne reflecting on his life and how he's gotten to where he is today. The chorus compares his past to where he is now and how his music is like cocaine. So like whenever he drops a project, the vinyl sells like it was cocaine. And the same goes for when he has a show. The tickets sell like cocaine. He definitely has a solid following that really supports him. And he even mentions that he took what he learned from cocaine and applied it to his career in music. And it's clearly working. The second track is actually more of an intro track than the first one was. It features Royce, Mr. Porter, Jojo Pellegrino, and Bernadette Price. This is basically one part intro and one part cosign. The beginning has Jojo Pellegrino talking about cocaine and if cocaine could talk. And then we get into the cosigns from Royce, Mr. Porter, and Bernadette Price. One thing that I felt is really consistent on this project is the beat selection. And I also just really appreciate that he's just one of those artists that will credit the producer on the track title itself, at least on the digital version, rather than making people dig online for the credits or looking into the CD booklet. And every producer on this track, or album, does a great job, and RJ Payne flows effortlessly on all the beats. The first few tracks featured a more soft-spoken RJ Payne than what I'm used to, at least from his features. The bars are there, but he just kind of speaks more calmly and less aggressive than what I've heard in the past. However, that changes once we get to the track Dope Boy, and we get the aggressive RJ Payne again. I just feel like that aggressive voice, like the growl and raspiness, is just something that a lot of rappers actually do pretty well, and it gets the message across a little bit better. I also like that he doesn't fall into the typical structure of a song where it's intro, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, outro. There's a few tracks like Evil Games where he just raps straight through the track, no hook, nothing. And the times there are a chorus, it's either from a feature or it's a pretty short and simple one, like on the track Fuck 'Em. Listening to this project, his experience as a battle rapper is pretty obvious. Every bar goes seamlessly from one to the next, allowing for the listener to really follow his stream of thought. The stream of consciousness, actually. Then that really feels like what his lyrics are pretty often, a stream of consciousness. And like I mentioned before, he doesn't follow a typical song structure all the time. So sometimes you get verses that are longer than others. And I really like that too, because I feel like sometimes rappers get stuck in the mindset where, oh, I need 16 bars here, 8 bars here, another 16 there. Like, sometimes you just need to keep going and not limit yourself, you know? I feel like that's just a good way to stay creative. Overall, this album was really solid, and a great intro to me for RJ Payne's rap style. Like I mentioned at the top of the review, this is the first full album by him that I've listened to, and I'm definitely going to go back and listen to everything else that he's put out. The only thing I don't like about this album is that, well, this and all his other ones, or a lot of his other ones, is that they aren't available on streaming. I understand the purpose of this because he mentions it on the album himself. The idea is that his music is a high quality item, and IamRJPayne.com is meant to be like a boutique, and that means it's the only place to get his music. I guess I just wish there was another way to get his music, for his music to be out there, really, because there's not an easy way to get his music onto an application to listen to. For example, I use Spotify, and the way Spotify makes you do it is they have you create a playlist so that you can listen to your own music anywhere. At least Google Play and Apple Music have a better way of doing it, but I guess that's just more of an issue of Spotify's implementation than anything else. But I'm not in the music business, I just talk about it. But I do feel that there's almost always a fan base that will buy music and merch and support you, even when an album is easily available on streaming. Like, that's why I go to shows, and that's why I buy merch. Like, I want to support the artist, but, you know, I don't necessarily just want to buy the CD. I don't know, that's just me, I guess. I just feel like there's ways to support your favorite artist, and oftentimes people will still go out of their way to support them, even if they don't actually buy their music. Anyways, my favorite tracks on this album are Cocaine, Dope Boy, Evil Game, Ray Liotta, and Skeet Up. Definitely give this album a listen, especially if you're into the Griselda sound. And go buy it at IamRJPayne.com. I fully look forward to whatever else comes next from RJ Payne. And looking at his track record for releases, I'm sure we're going to get another album or just a piece of music from him before the end of the year. And that's all I got. Please let me know down in the comments what you thought of this project. If you've been following RJ Payne, how does this stack up to his other projects so far? And please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this review. And also just let me know what else you want me to review. I know this album came out a while ago and it took me a long time to get to the review, but I'm still going to try to get to requests. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.